Did you know that Stakataka is getting body press in the Crown Tundra? Let's break down those new moves.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys a brand new video today, and today we're diving into the Crown Tundra and some of the returning Pokemon of the Crown Tundra and the new moves that they are going to be receiving for the DLC. Now, a lot of you guys might not know, but as I alluded to in the intro, Pokemon like Stakataka are getting access to moves like Body Press, and there's a ton of buffs we're going to talk about in this video. They're going to change the competitive metagame and just change gameplay in general as the Crown Tundra rolls out in just a few weeks. If you enjoy these Crown Tundra type videos, be sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. YouTube tells me about 50% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure you guys do that. It helps me out, and we're on our road to 1 million aDrive Army members, which is incredible. You may notice a different backdrop, and then I'm actually standing. It's because I'm in my brand new office, which isn't completed, but we're working on it. It's been a crazy last week or so for me as I've moved into this new location, and I'm really excited about this as it kind of gets built out. Unfortunately, it is not done, but it will be awesome when it is. So anyway, let's jump into the video, let's jump into the buffs, and see what's going down. So the first Pokemon we're going to talk about today is going to be Nagonadel. We're actually going to go in descending order from the Pokedex. Nagonadel and Ultra Beast, that's actually going to get some really cool buffs in this game. Known as a special attacker, but it does get access to Toxic Spikes and Spikes now. So there are some opportunities where Nagonadel can be a lead hazard setter in the singles metagame. In terms of other buffs, it does get Dragon Dance as well, allowing it to boost that blistering speed stat and its attack stat, allow it to hit quite hard. On the physical side, I do anticipate Nagonadel to stay being a special attacker in the metagame, but it is nice that it has some utility options to be able to do that. It did previously get Toxic Spikes, but now it's able to get that through a TR, so that's pretty cool there. Dragon Dance Nagonadel, probably not going to be meta, but it is very interesting to see it get Spikes now again to stack some hazards. Ferromosa is known for having incredible attack and special attack as well as a blistering speed stat, but it previously had to rely on things like Focus Blast from the physical or from the special side or High Jump Kick from the physical side. It gets close combat now as well. So being able to fire off those max knuckles as an Ultra Beast is going to make Ferromosa a threat. Here's one that I'm really excited about, Cortana. Cortana is picking up Grassy Glide, allowing it to gain priority in grassy terrain, obviously going to be boosting its attack stat, and giving this thing with that insane 181, I believe, massive attack stat, Grassy Glide, a priority move. This thing is going to be stupid good in VGC or in the singles Dynamax metagame where it can set up its own grassy terrain and then get those beast boosts to its attack stat, and then once the once the Dynamax ends, it can then fire off Grassy Glides in terrain. It also gets access to Solar Blade as a physical grass type move, so it no longer needs to rely on Leaf Blade, which is really cool. Like Cortana was a thing, but I do think that Grassy Glide is going to be a huge buff for this Pokemon. If you haven't seen my top 10 Pokemon Return to the Crown Tundra video, I'll have the thumbnail in the description right here and on the description below so you guys can check out that video. Cortana was a big focus there. Blecephalon, another Ultra Beast, getting access to Solar Beam to hit those bulky water type Pokemon, as well as Mystical Fire, another fire type move allowing it to weaken the special attack stats of the foe. I can see it utilizing Solar Beam as a Dynamax candidate against those bulky waters, going for those max overgrowths to potentially set up that grassy terrain and deal massive damage. Circuitry, with an incredible special attack stat, gets access to Rising Voltage now, which is going to deal insane amounts of damage in the electric terrain, which it can set itself by using electric terrain or Dynamax and set through that. I think this Pokemon could very well pair with Tapu Koko as well as a massive damage dealing threat. However, with the removal of Hidden Power, I think Circuitry kind of struggles a little bit without access to an Ice move like Hidden Power Ice or a Grass move like Hidden Power Grass like it would previously run to hit those grass types, to hit those water types. It's going to struggle with those, but it does have some really cool coverage options. I think it lost Signal Beam as well, so Circuitry does get Rising Voltage, but I think it takes a big hit in other areas. One of the Pokemon I'm most excited about, one of my favorites of the Ultra Beasts, is indeed Stakataka. Stakataka gets access to Body Press, which is going to use that insanely high physical defense stat to attack with as a fighting type move, so it no longer needs to use moves like Superpower. It's also going to get access to Heat Crash, another weight-related move, and Stakataka weighs a ton, so it's going to deal so much damage, and it's going to give it a Fire-type attack to use under the Dynamax mechanic to allow it to hit those Steel types super effectively. Stakataka previously would get walled by things like Ferrothorn, but now it can actually hit them very, very hard. I look for Stakataka to make a serious impact in the metagame, especially with the fact that it gets Trick Room. Tapu Fini gonna pick up a couple moves here, including Flip Turn, the Water type U-turn as part of the Isle of Armor DLC, Misty Explosion, which it can blow up in its own Misty terrain that it's gonna set, as well as Play Rough, a physical Fairy type move that I don't necessarily anticipate it using. I can see Flip Turn in singles though for Tapu Fini, being able to come out, stop those status setters, taunt some things, and then Flip Turn out to another Pokemon, perhaps something that could take advantage of that Misty terrain, maybe an Unburdened user like Hawlucha. Tapu Koko coming back in the Crown Tundra, gonna get access to Close Combat as a physical fighting type move, Play Rough as a physical Fairy type move, and of course, it's going to also have Misty Explosion. We already know about Rising Voltage, of course, but having the option to go for Close Combat and Play Rough as a physical attacker is going to change how Tapu Koko functions in the competitive metagame. Previously used as a special attacker because you had to use Dazzling Gleam, you didn't have a physical fairy move, now you have Play Rough. And of course, Close Combat to take advantage of that 115 attack stat, which is significantly higher than its special attack stat of base 95. Tomaboolu, another Tapu with a lot of buffs. It's going to get access to Close Combat as well to deal some massive physical damage from the fighting type side of things. Play Rough, finally. Tomaboolu is going to be a massive threat with Play Rough plus Woodhammer. You can run Choice Band in Tomaboolu and just click a button, dude. I'm so excited. It's a big favorite of mine. I love Tomaboolu. And it also is going to get access to high horsepower as well. A very reliable ground type move that's single target that actually is not going to be reduced by its own grassy terrain like a move like Earthquake would. So you got to love that from Tomaboolu. I think this thing is going to be a massive problem. It's going to be interesting to see how the metagame shakes out, whether Boolu or Rillaboom will kind of take charge there. There's not a ton of poison types in the competitive metagame, so I think that Boolu has a chance to shine here, but Rillaboom has Fake Out in VGC, and that can make all the difference. The mythical Pokemon Deontay gets access to Mystical Fire, Stored Power, Ally Switch, Play Rough, and probably most importantly, Meteor Beam, a special type rock move that it can utilize outside of its signature move Diamond Storm. Deontay has previously had the issue, specifically when it was Mega, but where it was split between its special and its physical attack, you kind of had to utilize both, but now you can actually use Meteor Beam and focus purely on the special side of things. Also nice that it gets Mystical Fire, as it was a very common user of Hidden Power Fire in the past. Landorus, both Therian and the regular form are going to be access to Weather Ball, a very powerful move that a lot of Pokemon actually gain access to that takes advantage of the weather, changes their typing, but more importantly, it's going to get access to Scorching Sands, the new special ground type move that Landorus Incarnate form would take advantage of. Now, generally it is run with Sheer Force, so it'd probably ignore that secondary effect, but it does give it another option to run as a defensive Landorus set could run, both on the Therian form and the Incarnate form. Being able to spam Scorching Sands and potentially snag burns could be really, really detrimental on a Pokemon that is already super versatile. Archeops, known for its incredible physical attack stat, another Pokemon featured in my recent top 10. Archeops is going to gain access to Meteor Beam as well, a very powerful special type rock move that boosts its special attack and can be paired with Power Herb or simply just used under the Dynamax mechanic, as well as the move Lash Out, a pretty reliable Dark type move as well. Cresselia gaining access to Power Swap, Cosmic Power, and Stored Power through moves of like TRs, TMs, things of that nature. I don't even want to deal with a Cresselia that's going for Calm Minds or Stored Powers and Cosmic Powers. That just sounds disgusting, dude. I don't want to deal with that. The Fire and Steel type Pokemon Heatran getting access to Body Press as well, allowing it to hit from the physical side with its massive defense stat. Also gets Heat Crash, and probably most importantly, Scorching Sands. Being able to hit and again try to get those burns coming off a ground type move so it doesn't have to utilize Earth Power could be really, really effective in a metagame where, Heatran generally doesn't care about fire types too much because of its Flash Fire. Everything else it can be burning and really slow down those physical attackers that love to spam Earthquake against it. Blaziken, one of the starter Pokemon, getting access to U-turn now, allowing it to pivot out. Now, obviously Speed Boost Blaziken is a threat. Without its Mega, it's not as good, but still a reliable Pokemon. It's also going to grab Close Combat in the DLC, allowing it to have a reliable physical attack that's not High Jump Kick. High Jump Kick, so high risk, high reward, right? If you hit it, it's great, but if you miss, you're taking so much health. Close Combat kind of mitigates some of that risk, gives you a more reliable fighting type move with just the minor drawback of the defense drops. But still, Blaziken going to be very nice buff there, getting access to Close Combat and U-turn. And lastly, to round out this video, we have Raikou and Entei, both getting event moves that previously weren't able to grab outside of an event. Aura Sphere for Raikou, and Entei getting Flare Blades, although generally you'd probably run Sacred Fire either way, but I do think the Aura Sphere on Raikou is pretty clutch, as it does often run it, and previously it was only able to run Aura Sphere if it had a rash nature, because that was how the event distribution worked. Now you can run a speed boosting nature like a timid nature Raikou and still take advantage of that Aura Sphere. However, I think Raikou is one of those Pokemon that's really going to miss hidden power in the competitive metagame. And that's an awesome list of some of the new updates and some of the new moves that these Pokemon are going to utilize in the Crown Tundra. If you feel that there's any that should have been covered, feel free to add them in the description or comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Like I said, YouTube says like 50% of you guys are not subscribed, so make sure you guys do that. I would appreciate the support. And I'll catch you guys on our next video covering the Crown Tundra and beyond. That's going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm going to work on filling up this office over the next few weeks. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. If you guys enjoyed this video, you should check out this one right here. Otherwise, check out this video. They're both awesome, and I'll see you guys next time.